Hi and welcome back, and thank you for watching my tutorial part 1. Now we're going to have part 2, which is going to involve the data we previously entered, although we'll change up some things, and how to look at this data in a more meaningful way. So formatting, creating charts and displays, and exporting that to PowerPoint, for example, if you have presentations. So let's start by saying you started a company, a business, small business, and you've been trying to see how your revenue's been over each month based on units sold and price per unit. So in the last tutorial we talked about auto formatting and dollar signs and copying cells, keeping the stationary cell constant here, the 5, by putting a dollar sign between the column and the cell number. Now we're going to talk about showing this data in a chart form. So what type of information would you want to see in a visual perspective? So generally you want to look at trends, how many units are you selling per month, and you also want to look at revenue. So right now we're using Office 2010. Office 2013 is out, and it's actually better than 2010, but 2010 does pretty much everything. Just different way about getting there. So we want to enter a chart to look at this data. How are we going to do that? Well, I'm going to go to the toolbar, Insert. Now if I simply selected Insert Column, Line, Pie Graph, or Bar, or Area and Scatter, it's not going to give me any data per se, because it has no information to grab it from. So the easiest way to do it is to select your data before, or you can go the back route and select your data from here, giving your chart data range. But let's do it the easy way and start by selecting the data we want to use. So we want to look at the month and units sold per month. I'm going to only select the months that we have data entered for, which is January through July. And you can manipulate the chart once you have put it in. We'll show you how to do that in formatting. So what type of chart do you want to look at? What's going to display your information the best? Well, you can do a column and it'll show you this. In January you'll see your data here, July here, units sold, and we can change our title, units sold per month. Okay. Now you see when you click on the chart, it's going to show you where that data is coming from. Okay, so let's say we wanted revenue per month. We could basically right click here, alright, select data, and it's showing units sold. Okay, now let's edit this, and you can see the series name is starting with C2. Now we want to do revenue, so we'll choose D2. And the series values, we don't want C3 through C9. In fact, we want D3 through D9. And you can see that now we're looking at revenue, and on the horizontal axis we're looking at the months. We can make this wider, okay, and remember we changed the title of our graph before, so we want to now do revenue per month. Okay. Now, what if we want to see the actual data values on here? Simple formatting. You select the chart and you go to Chart Tools and Design. We can change the color. All right. And over here you'll see chart layouts. We can select one of them. It'll give us all these different layouts. Okay. So this actually shows your data points as well as your axis. And we can change the title here to revenue. And I want to change the title here to revenue by month. Okay. Now, what if you want to change the interval on the axes, especially the y-axis? Well, you're going to select the actual graph area. You're going to right click, etc. Or you can format the axis. Okay. And the axis options are, you can have it automatically do it based on the data you put in, or you can do a fixed. You could do major units and minor units. So here it's doing the major units by 500, the minor units by 100. All right. So we're going to leave that for now and go back to our chart here. So there are many other functions you can do in terms of the font, background, changing the chart type. You can right click and you could, change it to a bar type graph and whatever you want to do. But we're going to stick with this. All right. And I'm going to show you how to now take this and put it into Microsoft PowerPoint. For example, if you have a presentation you have to give and you need this data, it's quite simple. Right click on the chart. You can hit copy. All right, now we're going to open up a presentation, and the basic first slide is a title page. Now we're going to go to new slide, and we want to choose, you can choose typically any one of these, but I'm going to go with a blank one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, and you'll notice when I hover over these, use destination theme and embed the workbook, you can keep the source formatting and embed the workbook. You could also use destination theme and link data and keep source formatting and link data. So I'm actually going to keep the source formatting and link data because when I update my information in Excel, it'll automatically update. And I'll show you that here. So we will go back to our Excel spreadsheet, and what I'll do here is show you two screens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to alter the units sold. I'm going to change them in C3, which is January 2013. I'm going to change it to 9. And we'll look over here, and you notice that the unit sold goes down to 9 and our revenue goes down to $45, as you can see here. Okay, so again, when you paste this data, copy, you right click, and you do not want to choose keep source formatting and embed workbook. You want to choose link the data and keep the source formatting. Okay, and when you change the data in the Excel spreadsheet, again, you'll notice if we change July to 20 units, you notice the change. Okay. All right, that concludes part 2, and I hope you learned something, and if you have any questions, message me. Thank you.